So in one of yesterday's videos, we were talking about Don Lemon at the very beginning. And I forgot to get back to the clips of Don Lemon that I said I was going to get to. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of that. But then also in one of yesterday's videos, we were talking about Governor Wes Moore of Maryland and how it was a photo op because how he had a photo op because he was walking around Baltimore with a bunch of security. And yeah, that was one crazy thing to watch. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go and check it out from yesterday. But Mayor, I almost said governor. Thank goodness he's not a governor. But, I mean, I guess J.B. Pritzker isn't much better. But Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago recently got called out. And I want you guys to listen to what he had to say because he got called out for having a police detail of, of 150 police officers. Yeah, you heard me right. A police detail for himself and his family of 150 police officers to protect himself and his family. Now, should he have protection? Of course. I'm not saying Mayor Brandon Johnson shouldn't have protection, but 150 officers? When you're telling us your city is safe? Seems a bit strange to me, but let's hop into this video. Let's dive in.
And your wife, Stacy, be willing to cut your security detail from 150 sworn police officers and put those police officers back on the street where they can protect real Chicagoans?
So we're very proud of the work that we're doing collectively to ensure that our police officers have the resources that they need. As I've said repeatedly, it's policing and affordable housing, it's policing and youth employment, it's policing and mental and behavioral health care services. It's going to take all of us, the business community, the philanthropic community. We're working collectively with Cook County government, the state of Illinois, the state's attorney as well. The volume of cases that we are pushing towards the state's attorney so that we can continue to close out these cases as we really drill down with our detectives division as they solve crime, as they get the evidence over to the state's attorney, gives her the ability to make the prosecution so that we can continue to deter crime in the city of Chicago. That's the holistic approach that we're taking. Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't actually answer the question. You didn't answer it.
And your wife, Stacy, be willing to cut your security detail from 150 sworn police officers and put those police officers back on the street where they can protect real Chicagoans?
So we're very proud of the work that...
Yeah, I had to play the question over again because he absolutely did not answer the question at all. And this goes back to something that I've said before. I feel like every elected official in the Democrat Party has some type of secret training on how to answer questions when they get called out on their BS. Notice that not a single Democrat politician, including mayors and governors and everything else in between, they never answer the question directly. It's always, we're going to dance around it and say a bunch of fluff about a whole lot of nothing that has nothing to do with the answer or the question, excuse me. Every single one of them, they all do the same thing. You don't find that suspicious? I do. You know, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. So in my humble opinion, they're all getting some training on how to talk to the media, which also tells you how terrible of policies that they actually have. Because why would you need training on how to talk to the media if your policies were great? You would only need that if your policies were bad and you knew the media was going to question how terrible they really are. Just saying. Now let's get into a couple of the Don Lemon clips. This is one clip that I showed you guys yesterday.
How you doing, sir? Good. Can we talk to you? Where are you from? You live in New York?
Who are you?
Don Lemon.
You're a fucking moron, dude.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, oh, that's very nice of you
Yeah,
to
nice
say.
to see you.
Except you've never heard anything I've had to say, and I've heard a whole bunch of what you've
I'm
had
glad
to
you
say.
watched me.
No, I don't.
Why?
But you just get clipped everywhere.
I know, but why don't you? You said you don't watch me, but yet you know who I am, and I get clipped.
Before I realized that CNN and MSNBC were full of shit, every once in a while I'd see
What do you watch?
talking. I watch all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but why do you say CNN and MSNBC are full of shit?
Because they lie.
But about what? Be
Everything.
specific. What's everything?
Everything.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I mean, he's right. Literally everything. Literally everything. They don't tell the truth about a single... Well, I take that back. They do tell the truth, but they tell part of the truth. They lie by omission. That is one thing that I've learned about leftist media. They don't necessarily flat out lie. I mean, sometimes they just flat out lie. But most of the time, they don't just flat out just make something up out of thin air, right? They'll tell you a piece of the truth, but then they'll leave this other chunk out so that it seems like the narrative is something completely different than what it actually really is. For example, the whole bloodbath hoax. You guys remember that? Right before the election, Trump was talking about the auto industry, and he said, hey, if I lose and Kamala wins, it's going to be a bloodbath out there. And they only played that little short clip. Hey, if I lose, it's going to be a bloodbath. And then they stopped it. That's all they played. They didn't play anything before that or anything after that. It was just that little short clip. So technically they didn't lie. Trump did say it was going to be a bloodbath, right? That is the truth. But they omitted the part where he was talking about the auto industry in connection with that. And that completely changes the narrative. That completely changes, what he was actually talking about. So that's what I've learned. One of the things that the media does. So you can't say that they lie necessarily. They lie by omission, right? They only tell you part of the truth to make it sound like something completely different. But yeah. Also, one thing that the guy said, and I've been asked this question too. It's hilarious. Talking to Democrats, you must be a Fox News watcher, and I'm like, not really, honestly. Like, I may catch a few clips here or there, but for the most part, I watch BS Now. For the most part, I watch Communist News Network, right? I watch these other networks because I already know what Fox is going to say. I agree with 90% of what they're going to say, right? Why am I watching that? I already know what they're going to say. I watch the other stuff, one, so that I can make fun of them and bring it to you guys, right? But also, too, it's sometimes a little entertaining to watch them trip over themselves to lie about something, right? To make Trump seem like the bad guy. Anyway, let's jump back into these clips.
The president said he wants to send troops here to Maryland. What do you think? Baltimore into Maryland?
I'm not opposed of it.
Right.
I think it'll be a good idea.
Why so?
Maybe we can clean up some of this crime-ridden neighborhoods.
Yeah. Is the crime bad?
Very bad. Atrocious. And, I'm out of breath. So you have to see.
I see you were running. You got your prayer rug. Yeah.
Right. I'm on my way to Juma.
Yeah.
It'll be a breath of fresh air.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
People want Trump to bring the troops in. Clean it up. Clean it up. These are not the answers that Don Lemon was expecting. I can guarantee you that. Here's another one.
I've been a resident of Maryland all my life, so I think it would help some.
Why so?
Coming from a family that was broken up, my husband was murdered 2 years ago, and nothing was ever done.
Murder where? At home?
Right out in front of our house.
Sorry.
It was a carjacking gone wrong, and they shot him in his head. Killed him instantly, so... But again, our lovely mayor didn't do nothing.
Did they ever find the perpetrator?
Nope.
So you want to see it?
Yes, I want justice.
You want justice, and you would like to see the troops here in the National Guard?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I'm sorry you had that experience.
I mean, who wouldn't want to see their streets cleaned up and crime, wiped out of their city? At least horrible crime, like murders, carjackings. In the case of her husband, he lost his life due to a carjacking, And it's not guaranteed just because you give up that they're going to let you go. I've watched videos, right on X actually, where a guy, hey, I give up, take whatever you want. And you know what the robber still did? Still put one in his head. Gone. Toast. So, listen, if that's what it takes to keep people safe, I'm all for it. Bring it on. We want troops in every American city. Every American city. Okay? Clean up this crime, man. Lock up all the criminals. Matter of fact, we should do it like Nayib Bukele in El Salvador, right? He brought the military out. They swept the streets clean of every single criminal, every gang member, and threw them all in prison. And now there's virtually no crime at all. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be amazing to be able to walk out on any city street, wherever it is that you live, and you don't have to worry about being mugged or robbed? You know, you could stop at any gas station you want and pump your gas without looking over your shoulder or making sure your car door is locked. Right? Wouldn't that be amazing? You know, it's crazy. Democrats still don't want it, though.
Think he should send him?
It's straight, but it's getting out of hand, man. All these killings all the time. The murder rates going higher and higher, and all the drugs. They don't got no programs. They do, but they don't work. And then, like, the bikers, you know what I mean? The 12 o'clock boys, they need to build them a park, make more things, you know what I mean? Like, more sources.
So you said send the troops and sources, or
send the troops to straighten everything out. You know what I mean? And then, make Baltimore great again.
Rebuild.
Rebuild it. Back how it was. Long time ago.
Yeah. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Make it great. Make it great. Can't argue with that, right? Send the troops in to clean it up, and then we can build it out from there. We can build it out from there once all the criminals are gone. I agree with it.
I'm from Chicago originally, and I do support that. Chicago is a war zone.
You think he should send the National Guard to Chicago?
I really do.
Yeah. Tell me why.
To assist, not to make arrests, of course, to assist, to maybe stop, just be a deterrent, So I really am in favor of what he's doing in D.C. with it.
You are?
Oh, I really am.
Tell me.
But, listen, how many people have died in D.C. since we started? How many people have got shot and killed?
Yeah. I know it's minimal. I don't know. It was none.
It was zero for a long time.
Yeah, I haven't looked for it
there
in the
may
past
have been
couple of
one
days.
since. I don't know.
Yeah.
But listen, how can you be more BLM than saving their lives?
But that crime was down already.
Yeah, but you also know that it's high. Carjacking, even the mayor said carjacking have went down 86%. Come on. What is the real goal here? Is it to take over a city, or is it to keep people safe? That's what you have to determine.
I think it's to take over a city.
I don't. I think it's to keep people safe. I really do.
The mayor said she didn't believe that they were getting a return on the investment, though, although the crime was down, because of the money that taxpayers are spending for this. And if they had just asked, they could have assisted the police rather than
How much money are the taxpayers paying for it?
Millions.
Millions?
Yes.
Because National Guard would be working somewhere, right?
Yeah, they would be working somewhere, but also they have to have housing there. They have to have a transportation. They have to have resources. They have to have food.
It's very minimal. What kind of price are you going to put on? See, how many people were there? There was a murder every 2 days.
Yeah.
Up until he started this, there was a murder every 2 days.
I don't think people. Listen, let me just tell you this. I don't think people think that crime should not be taken down. I think it's the method in which he's doing it. If he had called it, hang on, let me answer the question. Let me ask you a question. Make my statement. If he had called or had reached out to the people there, like the mayor of D.C. or the governors or the mayors of the cities or states, and said, "We would like to get crime down. I can send in some resources to help you. What do you need? Let's work together." Instead, he's antagonizing.
He's tried that approach before.
He has not tried that approach. He hasn't tried that approach. Hold on. That's not true.
No, wait a minute. Do you think?
I know, but I acknowledge. I said it's not true. Do you? No, yes, but do you understand that's not true?
No, I don't understand that's true.
Okay.
Do you understand it's not true? It's pointless to do that anyway, right? Because all they would do is say, "No, we don't want your help. We don't want your help." That's all they would do, because it's all Democrats know how to do. Whatever Trump says, we go against. Whatever Trump does, we go against. That's all they know how to do, right? So yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And Don Lemon is talking about the cost. Well, aren't they still paid regardless? Aren't guardsmen paid regardless? I'm just asking. I genuinely don't know. I would assume that they are. So if they're already being paid, why not have them keep the streets or help to keep the streets safe while they're already being paid? You know, just saying. And then also, here's the other thing. What's the price of a life? How much does a life cost? What is the value of being safe? Making sure that you walk back through your front door the same way you walked out of it. What's the value of that? Priceless, right? Okay. Democrats had no problem spending millions, if not billions of dollars on illegals, and some of them still are. But now all of a sudden it's an issue that National Guardsmen have to be paid? American citizens who are helping to keep Americans safe, now it's an issue that they're being paid? But Democrats were just giving money to illegals to house them, to feed them, right? To make sure that they could get to court and back. Giving them all types of things. Renovating schools. Making sure that their kids could get to school. That's not an issue in terms of spending money on that, but it's a problem to spend money on guards. Come on now. Democrats, bro, that entire party is absolutely in shambles. Absolutely in shambles. Ridiculous, man. Here's one last clip and I'm going to get you guys out of here.
How are you? Where do you live?
I live here.
You do?
In the Bronx.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you feel safe?
Yes.
You do?
A little bit.
Do you think we need the National Guard on the streets here?
What?
National Guard on the streets to help with crime.
Maybe more.
You think National Guard or just more police?
More police.
What about armed military?
I think it's good. If we are going to be safe,
Then you're all for it?
Yes.
All right. Well, nice to meet you.
The better is we are safe.
Yeah.
It's the important thing.
Thank you. And you live in the Bronx?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
8 years.
8 years. From?
Yes, I'm from Dominican.
From Dominican. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your opinion. I appreciate it.
Just saying. Everybody is in agreement except for these rich liberals, right? Who don't have to deal with this type of issue at all. You talk to folks who live in these areas and yeah, bro, bring them in. If it's going to keep us safe, if it's going to ensure that I can walk back through my front door the same way I walked out, absolutely, bring them in. Bring them in. And I guarantee you, I'd be willing to make a bet. I'd bet everything, right? If this was Barack Obama doing this, liberals would all be cheering. Oh my goodness, look, Barack Obama, he's saving the country from crime. Oh my goodness, yay! They would all be clapping like a bunch of seals in the circus. If it was Barack Obama. It's only an issue because it's Trump. And I'm going to leave y'all with that, man. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.